Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. I am your boy, the real Josh T, um, also known as just Josh, or Joshua Tabletop sometimes. And to select few, Foofy. So, welcome back. This is Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions, brought to you by J&J Tabletop, brought to you by Rare Drop Roleplay. So, you already know who I am, but I want you all to know everything about all these wonderful people that we have on screen. So, I would like you people to say who you are, who you play, and your dream house, right? Your character's dream house. Like, what would be the silliest, craziest feature of said house? If you could have anything. So, as you think about that, let's Evan, why don't you go first?
Okay, I feel pretty confident about this. What's up? I'm Evan, or Evbo, or Evanbo, or Jeremy, with an A, Jeremy. I play Echo, the halfling monk, who everybody loves, everybody being me, and anyone who's cool. You can find me at It's Evbo on everything. I stream sometimes. I'm going to be getting back into a regular schedule going forward. But as far as Echo's dream house, the weirdest feature I think would be, it depends on when he gets the house. So I'm going to say, assuming that he is over level 9 when he gets this dream house, there will be no stairs, only walls. And only people who are athletic enough can navigate this home. It'll be about 20 stories tall, one room per story, and only walls to get between them. So
That's incredible.
that's where I'm at. I'm gonna just, because I got, you know what? I'm gonna roll for it. See who goes next.
What kind of die are you gonna roll?
I'm gonna do a d20, and I know 20 isn't divisible by 3, but I'm gonna say that the last couple numbers are gonna be a redo. But I rolled a 2, which means it's gonna be Jacob Tabletop.
Okay. Hello, my name's Jake, sometimes known as Jay and Jake, formerly known as Obi-Wan Jacoby, also known as Jacob Tabletop, and also this guy. I play Vale, the Elven Fighter Warlock, and I like Dungeons and Dragons. And as far as what would be the craziest feature of Vale's home, I feel like, as far as like a crazy feature, let's just have some fun with it. I feel like, so one of Vale's favorite drinks is the Spitten, which is a drink made from honey and spices, best enjoyed hot. I almost said on hot snowy days. Best enjoyed hot on snowy days. I feel like he would have like I'll just call it, because I know this is incorrect. He'll have a beery in his backyard somewhere where he keeps bees for his own honey that he can make his own spitting.
What? Oh no.
I know a beery is not the right word, but it's sometimes right to be wrong.
My problem right now is I was about to tell you what the correct word is, but apiary.
Okay, is that it? I don't know.
I
I'm
think.
calling it a beery.
That's for birds. I don't know if it might be for...
Birds is an aviary.
Oh.
Apiary is a place where bees are kept.
That's for apes.
Or a collection of beehives.
Yes.
I like beery better.
Yeah, right? It just feels like that should be the right word.
Everybody, thanks for coming out to Word of the Day with J&J
Yep.
Tabletop. We'll see you next week.
Yep. There it is. And since this is can cause anxiety, does Michael or Izzee have a preference as to who goes next?
I can go next as I am ready. I don't know if
Go
Izzy
for it.
wants or needs more time.
I tag
All right,
you,
I'll go
Michael.
next. I'm Michael, Mr. Yoda. I am. I play Mac, the halfling rogue. I also picked up another name at work just because somebody forgot my name. They started calling me David, so apparently I'm David now. So I go by that, and I
Yes.
started answering just because I knew they were talking about me. So I was just like, because I was working out of another office this week. But Mac's dream house would actually be a penthouse apartment with its own private staircase, and the main thing that he wants is a doorman for the building. That's when he knows he's made it.
A doorman?
What would the doorman?
Yes, a
Yes,
doorman.
a doorman.
A doorman. His name would be a doorman.
Yes.
Would it be Michael Dorman? Because
Philip Dorman.
excellent music. That's awesome.
Just with his own private little staircase to the top, you know. I would say elevator, but I don't think they have elevators, so
Why not?
a magical elevator.
If they can make waffles.
I was just about to say the same thing.
I'm sure they could figure that out. All right, well, I guess that leaves me. I'm Izzee, also sometimes called Rachel or Danielle or Hey You. For the people who don't know, I have 2 sisters. My parents run through their names before they get to mine. I play Melly. She's a divine soul sorcerer. I think her dream home, this is like her secret dream home, is a castle. Like, definitely like some sort of like big deal kind of thing. And I think her unique feature would probably be a plum tree in every room. And then also her family cows would definitely be residing, but she'd have to have like slides, because you know cows can go upstairs but they can't go down.
I did know
So-
that, yes.
There you go. Some cow facts as well.
That's awesome.
Not the Carfax, the Cowfax.
Cowfax.
There it is.
Show me the Cowfax.
Oh my gosh.
Cowfax and B-facts all in one episode. Yep. It's definitely it's a weird day. I think it's gonna be a weird session, but it's gonna be fun, and you're all along with us for the ride. So, if I had my own place with any crazy thing, it would be in the middle of like nowhere on top of some crazy mountain with a lake, and there would be some sort of like lighthouse-esque tower separate from the main house, and a tunnel going from the main place to this lighthouse-esque tower. And yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I agree.
But if you have a crazy thing that you would have in your dream house, be it fantasy or real life, let us know in chat or the comments if you're watching this on anywhere else. With that out of the way, for up-to-date information on anything that RareDrop is doing, just head to raredrop.co. That's the best way, because those dudes they're slippery little guys, and they're just always up to something. And if you want to always catch them, raredrop.co. That's the place. I'm telling you. YouTube channel, by the way, RareDrop Roleplay, still is fairly new. We're still waiting on the old episodes to show up on there. So right now, if you want to catch up on old episodes of this show, you're gonna have to go over to Spotify or anywhere that you find podcasts. I actually accidentally found them on Audible the other day, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. So the more you know.
Even the very first one?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I know the very first episode is on Spotify, but the very first one, I mean, that's got to be available somewhere other than podcast, right?
I mean, it should be. If it isn't.
How cool would it be if we all got to watch that episode together have like some sort of party and just relive it and experience it.
I would enjoy such an event.
I would too. Wait a second. That's happening.
We should do
Everybody,
that.
Wednesday, November 17th, 7 p.m. on J&J Tabletop, youtube.com/J&J Tabletop. We're having a watch party for the very first episode, Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. We hope to see you there. We'll be there in chat, making fun of our awkwardness,
Oh,
or
yes.
talking about like meeting in a tavern and Melly there's just, I'm not even gonna spoil it. If you don't know what happens, just don't listen to it or anything like that. Wait until the 17th and hang out with us. And
Agreed.
yeah, so that's gonna be youtube.com/J&J Tabletop, and 7 p.m. Wednesday, November 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern, I should say. Part of this is something that we've wanted to do for a while, and JJ also just hit 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Woo! Yes!
I didn't want to go like really high when I was saying that, but I started it and had to keep going.
It's like we're on the roller coaster. Getting off at this height would just be dangerous.
Exactly. So we're really looking forward to that. Hope to see you there, and we will have ample like announcements and such on Twitter and Discord and all that. But wherever you're watching or listening or any of those things, please be sure to follow, subscribe, or whatever is applicable for wherever you're checking us out on. And you might be saying to yourself, J&J Tabletop, they got 500 subscribers, but what the heck is J&J Tabletop? Well, we could tell you that. I could tell you, but there's no time to explain.
I could tell you.
You know who does have time
stories.
to explain?
I thought the same exact thing. We share a brain, Josh. We share a brain. I could tell you stories about things that happen to children. What was that Destiny line? I can't. The speaker was just a creepo. Anyways, yes, J&J Tabletop. That's a YouTube channel primarily, but it's also a community. We talk about Dungeons and Dragons. If you are new to the game, or you're not new to the game, or you like playing just like another tabletop role-playing game, then really we're the channel for you, because we talk about all sorts of stuff, whether it's how-tos, playthroughs, like Josh loves to tell us. We even got a Twitch too, so go ahead and hit that up. But yeah, this week we actually released a short and a video. The short was about all the changes to the Dragonborn changes from the Unearthed Arcana to Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. Yep, we did all of that in a short, which is a minute long. And then we also did the 5 best magic items found in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. We used scientific methods to come to these conclusions. And like everything you get at J&J Tabletop, since we made a video about it, it's completely 100% true. And if you fight us on it, even if you're right, you're wrong. So it's like a wonderful thing.
And don't you
you
even
be
have
right
like
before,
a money back guarantee? I heard somewhere. There was
Yes,
a
the money
money-back
that you
guarantee?
gave us, we will give back to you. We're clicking on this. What? Anyways, yes, go check that out. YouTube.com/J&J Tabletop. Yes, see what all the hubbub is about. We're trying to help you get the most out of your games. I didn't say our tagline. Josh, help.
All right. Well, I don't know anything about money back guarantees, but what I can tell you is I guarantee that you're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. Anyway, okay, this is really going off the rails right now.
Wow.
But
Yep.
oh
At
boy.
this point, I'm not even sure if there are rails anymore.
Well, see, that's the thing.
We are
This
sandbox
life is
people.
like Dungeons and Dragons, right? We're not playing in a linear game, right? It's
Nope.
open world.
That's right. As open
We have
world as
agency.
Destiny is.
All
I'll
right.
stop.
So, everybody, if there's anything that you're watching and you're like, "Wow, I like this. This is cool," clip it. You know, just clip it and share it, whether you share it in Discord, Twitter, or wherever the heck you want to do that in. Please do that because I don't know, it just helps us out a lot because we get to see what you like. We get to see things that might not have been important to us at the time, but were important to you. Or maybe something funny that went like, like right over our heads, And also it helps everyone with everything. So just if you clip your favorite moments, all of your dreams will come true. So just do that.
It's true.
So thanks. All right. Well, Evan, did you say there's a stream tomorrow night, or just at some point you are working on getting back into rhythm and streaming?
I'm working on getting back into a rhythm. I'm gonna say since there's a new puppy in my life, it's probably not gonna happen. There's just been a lot of like speed bumps with moving and kind of getting back. There's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. But if not this week, I'm really hoping to get it going next week. All I can do is give empty promises. So
They're the best
nobody
kind,
is
aren't
surprised
they?
to hear this.
All right. Well, whenever Evan is back, absolutely check out his channel. It's twitch.tv/itsevbo. It's a wonderful time. It's just always good stuff. So, all that being said, it is time to talk about what happened last week on Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. And Michael's being attacked by a cat. That was awesome. Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. So last week, we had our adventurers who had just turned in a quest. A little bit of inter-party conflict kind of happening. There's some passive-aggressive nonsense here and there. Some arguments and whatnot. But before we had a moment to really talk about that and unpack that, well, Mac ran into an old contact from back when he was an assassin for the Kryn dynasty. So his contact said, hey buddy, good to see you there. What are you doing here? And then they're like, it doesn't matter what you're doing here. Here's what you can be doing here. And he was given information about a high-ranking military/political leader for the Dwendalian Empire. And if you don't know the Dwendalian Empire, not Rendalian Empire, the Dwendalian Empire, they are pretty much like the one of the biggest, if not the biggest, military superpower in all of Exandria. Exandria is the continent or the planet in which our campaign takes place in. So it's a big deal, especially because they're in a neutral country right now of Uthadern. So Mac talked it out with his pals, Echo and Melly. Well, they weren't exactly happy about the whole situation, and they decided to walk away and go for a drink somewhere. So they went to Axebreaker Brewery, or brewing company, and Mac and Vale, they both also decided to go over to Axebreaker Brewery because that is where Lord Baracus Obamius of the Dwendalian Empire, Mac's target, is hanging out with a group of guards in the private room. So as we pop up this incredible map from Matt, our friend Tommy, we'll pop back into this wonderful world in which Mac just decided that he wanted to do a climbing check. He is in the alleyway right outside this room. It's a private room with a table, some chairs, and a couch. Lots of beverages. which Jake is zooming into you on screen for you. So, Michael, climbing check, is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
Why don't you roll an athletics for me?
I just glance over at the hippie over in the other corner just to make sure he's not just like staring at me. He's just minding his own business.
Yeah, he's just paying attention to his pipe that he's smoking, and it's like it's a
And-
pretty cool pipe. Like it, kind of, it's one of those like like it kind of has its little loopy loops, and that's cool.
I rolled a 12,
Roll the 12.
and I have no modifiers, so it's 12.
You don't have a minus to your strength.
No, I'm at 0.
Good for you.
Actually, only one of us does.
Okay,
I wonder which one it was.
I was looking at you and Evan, and I was like, I can't remember which one of it is he. Okay, so a 12, and just remind me how you're trying to go about this, because like there was. Just go ahead, and if you need me to remind you of anything, you let me know.
I mean, because it was a stone building, so I would probably think that there would be somewhat of little hand and footholds. And I'm not like trying to. I mean, I'm not moving slow by any means, but I am trying to just get up it, So I would say I'm looking for any little handhold and footholds that I can slide up and go on till I can kind of get onto the ledge of it, and then pull myself up onto it.
Yeah. So we'll say you like it takes you a little bit, but you are able to kind of find these nice spots, and as you find a little that you find the first little thing that you think would be a good foothold, and kind of test it, and it seems like it's all right, and then you grab onto another one, and now you're fully off the ground, and you go to take one more step. Your foot kind of you think it's like it's a good spot, you think it's the right one, and your foot kind of just slips a little bit. You don't like fall down, but there's a little bit of a like you're off the ground. Not all the way up yet, but you are up probably like I'd say you're halfway there.
I would just try to continue going.
All right, make another athletics.
My max thought process on that is, for the most part, people inside are probably it's gonna be too loud in there for them to hear something. At least his thought process, like something like that. And if anybody does hear, it would probably be more from the kitchen area, and he would rather be up and above before somebody comes out.
Sure. Yeah, and you do hear faint sounds of music coming through the the window in the room. What's that face? What up?
That's a winking skull, which is a net 20 on this die.
Nat 20 on that die. All right. And just real quick, I meant to ask this a second ago. What's Vale doing? Because Vale was right out there standing next to you.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit like, we're going. Actually, I think he takes his copper wire out real quick and just points at Mac. He's just like, are we doing this now? Casting message so that only he can hear and respond. Is it go time?
At what point did you say this? Did you say it like right as I'm starting to climb, or
I think
like
probably after you slipped slightly and then, or like I'm just still going. He was more like, whoa.
I mean, I'm just kind of like in the middle of climbing, so yeah, I'm gonna scope it out, but very, very quietly.
Yeah, the spell actually only lets you and I hear what's our conversation.
Oh, okay.
It's a wonderful little cantrip. I think if that's the case, Vel is just gonna try and hide in a shadow area, like whether it's the alley or something like that, and just see if he can keep an eye on what Mac is doing.
Still in the same disguise you were in before?
Once he gets into the shadow, yeah, for now he still looks like rolling shit from Shit's
Okay.
Creek.
You you probably have another 20 minutes left of it, I'd say.
Okay.
And why don't you roll a stealth check for me too?
17.
Okay. Very nice.
On a
Yeah.
side note, it's
Yeah.
what 8:30 right now.
You got there at 8, right? So it's probably like I'd say 8:40.
Okay.
Just because
So then it's pretty dark outside. I mean, not to say there wouldn't be any lights in the alleyway, but
so because it's an underground city, there's a lot of like dim, faint light that they've kind of built in throughout the walls, so that there is a sense of like visibility to most areas. There's definitely room for shadows and room for hiding, but it's not so much like walking through. It's not like walking through a normal town at night where like if there's a street light, you if there's not a street light, like it's pitch black. It's pretty much the town is at a consistent state of dim light. So I believe we were at natural 20.
yes.
Yeah. So Mac, the only one of the party to ever break the climbing curse, you so initially what I was thinking is I was gonna have you pull yourself up, be another check, but because you got a natural 20, I'm gonna say like you're up, you're hanging on the balcony, and if you want to like climb up, or if you want to like whatever you want to do, you're pretty much able to do it within reason. Just let me know what you're thinking.
I would want to pull myself up and kind of. I would probably start out laying flat, because I would say that as soon as I am up there, I would be in as much stealth as I possibly could be to not be seen by the. Again, I don't know if there's windows or just a door with any window or what exactly there is looking in. But I would want to be stealthy as possible to where they wouldn't see me until I was ready to reveal myself.
Okay. Yeah, so as you kind of like you get up there and you get a better look of what this is, it's less of like a balcony to hang out on and more of like there's some plants and like a lantern and just kind of like some nice like decorative spots like out there, and a rather large window to the inside of the room. And inside this, huh?
I was to say, what can I see now that I'm up here? What better view do I have of like what's in there?
So inside the room, you see 3 men sitting around a table. All of them appear to be pretty well armed, and one of them with armor that just looks streets ahead of the other 2. And then there is one man sitting on the couch, no armor, kind of fine-looking clothes, sipping on scotch or some sort of whiskey-looking beverage. They all, we'll say 3 out of the 4 of them have drinks in hand. The one whose armor looked streets ahead is not drinking, or at least at this moment is not drinking.
that point, I would glance over to where Vale was. I'm not sure if I can still see him. Are you still visible to me, or did you go around a corner?
I didn't mention it, so probably not, but I did want to keep an eye line with you, and if that was the case, he would take out the copper wire and be like, do you need something?
If you think you could make any sort of noise to even just get one of them out of there, any kind of distraction in the main area might be useful.
Okay, I'm just taking a minute to range of 30 feet. Okay. He cast message again. I think I would have to go inside the tavern, and you will know when the distraction happens. Is that what you want me to do?
You have a better idea?
How okay are you with the botched attempt idea that we discussed very briefly with Melly? That she brought up.
If you have a good idea, let's hear it.
Well, so this is all about killing him. But we know, well, at the moment, 2 people, that doesn't have to be a permanent condition. So what if you did your job, ran away, and as luck would have it, someone saved him?
That could work.
Okay.
And you said they're already inside?
They are.
That would actually work on multiple fronts.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, I guess don't go anywhere. I know.
And just on a side note, while I'm doing this, I'm just kind of like curled up next to a plant, so it just kind of looks like I'm another lump next to a plant on the balcony. just for any visual sake.
Why don't you roll stealth for me up there as well, to see how well you hide behind that plant.
That is a 21.
21. You feel as though you're one with nature.
Yes.
So I guess at this point, I am going to wait for any type of incident to happen. So I'm just sitting up there waiting to make my move. And you said that there's no door, there's only a window?
Window, but it's a pretty large window.
Okay.
Excuse me. Okay. So as Mac lays and waits, Vale.
Yeah, Vale is he's gonna drop his disguised self while he's in the shadows. Or just cast it again.
What are you gonna look like this time?
That's a great question, and he's gonna turn into Carrick.
Carrick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love the looks on my
Boy.
friends' faces. And he walks into the tavern.
Yeah. Yeah. As you walk on into the tavern, same type situation as before. You know, you walk in, plenty of tables, all filled. You know, a lot of people doing their thing, drinking, having a good time.
Just to clarify, Carrick isn't already there, right?
No.
No,
No,
okay.
Carrick said he was gonna wait for you guys at
Evan, stop scaring me in our player chat. I was like, did I miss something from last week? Oh my god.
Carrick was expecting you to join him soon at
Right.
at the Glass Blades area. So he's just
Yeah.
expecting you to show up there at some point.
So I think as he walks in, he pretends he's... Nope. As he walks in, he just looks around the room. I'm not going to make you roll a deception check like our friend Nooch did. He just looks around the room like he's taking in. If he makes eye contact with the other Glass Blades, he just kind of gives like a little nod. And then he just saunters over to where Echo and Melly are.
Yeah.
And he just walks around and sits right down. So Echo and Melly just see Carrick just sit across the table from you.
I know Echo's eyes definitely go wide. Oh, hello, Carrick. You're here, huh?
His head just cocks to the side, says, "No."
Echo looks at his
Just-
empty glass and
just-
then back at Carrick.
he just winks. Wrong Singaran.
Oh,
Now there are 3 of them.
No, there are 3, yes. Yes.
Well-
How loud is the ambient noise? Is this like we could have a private conversation just at this table? Is that okay?
Yeah, you could have a private conversation as long as you're not being loud.
Yeah.
You could have a private conversation.
Okay.
so did you?
No. We have a plan that I think everyone could walk away happy with. You still have the ring, don't you, Echo?
He holds up his left hand.
So the idea here is Max succeeds, but one of you fixes the issue.
Oh,
Well, I definitely think that is better. Won't he still be half dead, Ben? Kid?
How much have you
still-
had to drink?
I think it's only been 2.
Oh, okay.
But won't he still have died?
Well, yes. But then you've fixed that. There's a time limit, right? Don't you only have a minute?
Yes. It is a very, very quick time frame.
Here's the thing. I can't put my finger on it. There's just more to this than he's giving us. And I just keep thinking, this could plunge my home into a war they have no business being in. I don't understand exactly how, but if this would help him fulfill his obligation and potentially keep everyone here safe, I think this is the move.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how we'll go about doing this, but if it will protect this land and the people.
It's a gut feeling, but I'm going to make a very loud noise with a little bit of magic, and then that hopefully will bring some attention in here, and Mac will go do his thing. At least that's the plan. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, now Josh just has a question for how this spell Minor Illusion works. It just has a somatic component. How would he be able to... How obvious is that going to be?
Somatic is like hand gestures, right?
Yeah, just movements.
I mean, so my only problem with sneaky casting is that it's a specific sorcerer thing.
Yep, I have that issue too.
So, because I don't necessarily think that it should be, but you never want to take away from something else by letting people do the thing that's special.
So I just
That
think I'm
being
thinking like
said-
Vale knows how his own thing works. So like if he could
Mhm.
position himself into a position, or like
To try to do a place where it would be,
just how, based on that, how would how do I want to do this?
how about so like you're essentially you want to do this and you want people to not know that it came from you. That's
Correct.
the intention. So why don't I have you roll stealth with your whatever your casting ability is? Does that make sense? Or is that weird?
No, I understand.
And like if you have proficiency, then still proficiency.
Yeah, I do. I was just thinking about that. I have that and sleight of hand. I have both. Okay, so I'm just thinking it has to be a range of 30 feet. And just as I glance about the room, what is the lone guard sitting with the untouched beer doing? Is he just like glaring at people, or like...
Right now, I have an idea of what I think he's doing, but to make it fair, I am gonna roll to see if he's actually doing what I think he was doing. Double 19s. Right now, he's actually, I mean, he's always kind of like scanning, you know, but he's actually looking at the three of you and he kind of meets eyes with you for a second when you look over his way.
Okay. I just give him a nod.
He doesn't nod back. He kind of holds your gaze for... Well, I guess that's an interesting question. How long do you think Vale would hold his gaze for if you nodded and he didn't nod back?
Like if he's just staring at me?
Yeah.
I think he would. He's not like into like any machismo moment here. I think it would just be one of those like and just a very slight shrug.
The little the Bobby Boucher.
I guess so. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But actually, I think he would just get up and then he would start to walk over towards the bar.
Okay. Yeah. He
I'm gonna move over to
Yeah.
where. Haha.
and I'm sure you kind of
Grab his token. Yeah. Just gonna go over to here.
I'm sure you kind of keep tabs on him as well, like while you're doing that, and he kind of looks at you, and as you start to walk away, and he sees that you go to the bar, he starts kind of like looking around the room again, and less at you.
Mm-hmm.
How much time has passed?
That's a good question.
Since Vale left and went in the room,
Yes.
probably like less than 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Because it was a pretty short conversation. All he did was walk around the corner, walk inside, and start talking. I think. Does that make sense?
That's yeah. I think I would now at the bar. If a bartender comes over, I would just get an ale. If not, I think I would just wait for a moment when no one was looking at him and cast minor illusion as sneakily as I could.
Okay.
And I will use my inspiration if you're letting Michael carry them. I have one.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna have to at some point I think we're gonna have to cap off the inspirations.
That's the only one I had.
But I know. Not because you said that, just because they've been dragging on.
Natural 20, baby. +4.
Very, very nice.
So a 24. He casts minor illusion, kind of right, maybe like 5 feet off the door is the target. And the sound he produces is the sound of, like one of the boom boxes, if you will, from the bridge exploding. Just boom, like just huge, loud sound.
Okay.
Explosion.
It's just the noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it actually
And
only
it's
has a
coming-
radius of 30 feet of people that can hear it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I
Okay.
got closer.
Okay. And this is centering on, I'm sorry, on what point?
Pretty much the space right in front of the door.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, so there's this. I'm just seeing who heard it. That's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, Vale, you, creepy dude who hasn't been drinking, the bartender in front of you, the woman to your right, the three of you all hear this loud boom. And you know, the
they'll make sure to
bartender-
jump too. Like what? Like
roll a performance check.
yep. Okay. 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
11
So
plus 1.
lucky for you, you really didn't have to sell it that well
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everyone
Like,
was pretty. Yeah. So the bartender actually has that ale that you asked for, and he was going to hand it to you. And when he hears that sound, he drops it straight on the floor, and it shatters. And there's just now ale all across the floor. He kind of, and then the woman who was sitting to your right, actually kind of falls off her stool from the sudden ridiculous banging noise. So, and let me just check one other thing. So, when you say the space in front of the door, do you mean here or do you mean here? Here or here? Here or here?
Right there, Josh.
Right there?
Yeah.
Alright.
The space adjacent to the door.
I thought you said the space in front of the door, so I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, it's touching the door.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay. So this is such a weird thing to try to figure out what this would look like for 1/4 of a crowded room. Suddenly hears this crazy loud bang. So
Yep.
it's life as normal for everyone,
Yep.
pretty much everyone behind you. They're all doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Matt, like Echo and Melly don't hear anything. Mac, you don't hear anything. And it's they're kind of thrown off by seeing this woman fall out of her chair. But as this loud booming sound goes off, the man, creepy dude, he kind of sits where he was sitting, turns, looks at the door, stands up, turns to his right, sees that everyone else is unfazed by this, and
I think Vale would go over to help the woman get up.
okay, yeah, and in front of you, the bartender is just like, "What the hell's going on over there?" And then he also looks and sees that everyone else is still doing the same things that they were doing. And let's see. Does this sound continue, or was it just one?
It's just I just had one explosion, just like
Okay.
like really.
Okay. All right. If it was just one. Oh no, I mean it's still. Okay. So you do your thing.
It's so weird. I know.
I know. I'm just trying to. You do your thing. Man hears the sound. Stands up, looks around, sees that everyone else is still doing their own thing. Looks like visibly confused for a second. Takes a couple steps over to the door, and what's your spell save DC, Mr. Jake?
Spell save?
Mm-hmm.
14.
14?
And it would be an intelligence check, it says.
Uh-huh. Okay. So he seems like very, very confused. And we'll get back to that because Mac, on your side of things, you don't hear anything, but what you see is the man at the farthest side of the table jumps up. The other man jumps up as well. Actually, they all pretty much, all of them stand up. And these two guards on the left-hand side of the room, they move almost to like kind of rush to the door, and the guard that was streets ahead, just kind of, you see him put his hand up as a motion. He just says, "Wait." And you do see Lord Baracus stand up directly in front of the window.
Okay. So I have a question.
Mhm.
Is breaking a window considered an action? And I'll explain how I envision this going, just so like if and so I'm gonna set the scene here as to
Yeah.
what I would like to do.
Mhm.
So, in one motion, I would like to dip my main dagger in poison. I want to have my other dagger in my offhand, and I want to break the window with my offhand with the hilt of the dagger, and then throw the other dagger through at Baracus.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stop for a moment just to admire Guinevere because she's so freaking cute.
Yes.
But yeah, Puppy Cam, by the way, you should watch the video if you're on Spotify. But okay, so so personally, I would say that you being who you are and doing the things that you've done for so long, I think you would have had an opportunity to prepare your weapons beforehand if that's something you wanted to do.
Yes, and I mean, other than dipping the dagger because that only lasts so long, I would have just been like literally just waiting for go. Basically,
Yeah, so I mean, I'd even say like dipping the dagger. That's the time length on that is more of like a. It's fine for that to have been done beforehand and it not have gone away if the time limit had run out, because there's a very specific reason that rules like that are in place, and it's not this now.
Is it more of so you can't have it for the whole fight if it's a long fight?
So you can't have it for the whole fight, and so you can't just have your weapons like always sheathed and in poison and that kind of thing, and then so it's just automatically ready always. But for something like this, like I'm totally fine with that being something you prepare a little bit ahead of time, and it, you know, not trying to do all that in an action. Like I think that's acceptable.
Okay.
If you have a problem with that, people out there, then too bad.
Well, the other thing is, and I mean, Grit, I don't know how you want this to play out. I wasn't necessarily worried as much about whether this was all done in one action per se, because obviously, dipping the knife, they theoretically wouldn't know that I was there. So like, I would have done that as soon as I saw them starting to move. I would have been doing that and preparing to do the rest.
Okay. All right. So and the rest of your goal essentially. Break the window, throw the dagger at Baracus.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's safe to say you could do that in a turn, but you're gonna like you're making noise and you will be seen if you do that. And I think it's reasonable for you to know that that's.
Oh, I
Okay.
expect to be seen when I do this.
And at what point in time do you think you would do this too? Because like I said, they all kind of stand up. The two guards rush to the door. The one guy says to them like, stop.
Well, they're looking at the door, and when Baracus stands up is probably when I would do it, because then he's standing, he has a slightly bigger target, and just like, to me, that would be, as long as no one else was in the way, that's when I would make my move. Not to say
Okay.
that I'm not going to try to get in the way, but like that's when I would try to make my move. When I see him stand up is when I'm like, now, go time.
Okay. All right. So the two guards are kind of walking towards the door. The one guy says to them, "Wait." And he'll look over to Lord Baracus and he'll just say, "Only one of them should go. The other one should stay." And the good Lord will look and say, "Oh, here's the thing." And he'll stand up. And as he stands up, back, Jake, combat music, Mac, excuse me. I guess roll your attack as you spring up like a bunny rabbit behind a plant, smash the window, and throw a dagger. And also, let's get, just to have it, let's get initiative in here.
Oh baby, oh
That-
baby.
That is a 16 to hit.
The 16 to hit.
And for initiative, that's a 17.
Yeah,
Very
7
nice.
on initiative.
Are we all rolling initiative?
I was just about to ask that.
Might as well, just for easiness sake.
Okay. I got a
Just to have
23. Echo.
Even drunk, Echo is always ready.
Guys,
Echo, sipping his beer, stands up. No.
you're not gonna believe this. I also got a natural 20.
Wow. Dale's too busy helping the lady get back up. He's
I'll
like,
have
huh?
what they're having.
Yeah.
So Melius is a 22.
Okay. Let's see what we have. Where is it? There. This makes sense thematically. Where? All right. So, I mean, first off, Mac, that's a hit. So, one, what poison did you have?
It's the poison that just added the another d6 to my damage.
Okay.
The spider poison that I had.
Very nice.
Now, would you consider Baracus surprised?
I would absolutely consider Baracus surprised. Oh, did you roll with advantage, by the way?
I did, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would absolutely consider him surprised.
All right. This is a lot of die.
I would also consider you the first person to go in combat.
And that is 34 piercing damage.
Is that,
34 piercing
is
damage?
that including
Oh,
poison?
Yes, that is including poison.
Doesn't
So it would be 7 poison damage. So 27 piercing and 7 poison.
Okay. And you rolled that like a crit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Just wanted to double check. Okay. So. Right. Well, Mr. Mac, how would you like to do this as your your 34 hit points of damage just go right into the 9 hit points of Lord Paracas Obamius?
I'm just gonna say, like, I was aiming for his chest just because I knew I had poisoned the blade, so I knew
Yeah.
that if it sunk in and got good purchase, he was gonna be dead. So like it just like hits him center chest, but then as you see it go in, it almost seems like maybe it went through him because it kind of just like dematerializes as it like you hear the thunk, and then
Yeah.
it's just like is gone, and there's just a hole left
So it's like a
in his robes.
and it just kind of disappears.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and you see as it pierces through and begins to like kind of seep right into the chest. As this dagger disappears, you see this black and just almost like it's like a black, dark purplish color just spread around the wound, and you see it begin to go through the veins as he stood up and just immediately falls down. Glass drops on the ground, breaks, and yeah.
Just in case this wasn't clear from whenever I was hiding before, I do have my hood like of my cloak up, and it is like, I'm not saying it's totally obscuring my face, but like it is semi-low to where it's trying to obscure it just a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So, he just kind of the Lord just kind of, as he's falling, that he takes down the chair with him, drops on the ground. He's down for the count, and yeah, this is a surprise round. So the knight will have the surprise condition. There's one more initiative that I didn't roll. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Blah blah blah. Okay. So technically, it would be Echo's turn. Echo, I mean, you notice that there's some stuff going down, and Carrick Vale is helping a person get up, stand on their feet, and this dude is kind of walking over here and checking this stuff out, and this guy is cleaning up the mess and also checking with that the woman who just fell down and seeing if she's okay. Do you and Melly do anything? I'm gonna say this to both of you because you both had like the highest initiatives, and you together.
I don't think Echo's going to do anything like actively, but he's feeling extremely nervous because I think he knows what, like, the lady falling over. I mean, would he have heard the glass drop?
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't have heard the explosion, but we did hear the glass drop, I assume.
Yeah, you absolutely
So-
heard the glass drop.
I think Echo probably would have put 2 and 2 together, that, like, whatever's going on, they seem to be aware of it, but nobody else is. And I think he's just feeling like, I think we need to wait for some sort of something, and this isn't it. So I think Echo's just gonna keep cool. and maybe do that thing where he picks up his glass that's already empty and like goes to like take a sip. He's like, ah, puts it back down.
Okay. Melly, do you anything specific that you would like to do?
If we have a long enough time, she'll quickly say to Echo, which one of us is going to do this?
Whoever gets asked. You're the healer, but I have the ring. If it needs to be quick, I can do it.
Okay. Are you feeling any of the effects of the ales?
Am I feeling the effects of the ales?
Aren't you roll con save?
Okay. Oh boy. Ooh. That's a 19.
That's a 19?
Yes. 18 plus 1.
You're feeling pretty good. I feel like the gravity of the situation kind of got to you, and while you might have been a little silly before, really you have your wits about you.
That was going to be my answer before I asked the question, but I was like, I should probably ask that. So that's great. I'll be fine. And you?
I think I will be okay as well. I think the night has sobered me up a bit.
We'll have to have a rain check on this, and he'll give Melly a bit of a smile.
She'll nod her head.
I know that was more than 6 seconds, sorry.
That's fine.
They were speed talking. We just slowed it down.
Yeah, that was for your benefit. It was a lot faster than that.
All right, so that's Echo and Melly. Another person gets skipped as he kind of just looks in horror at the person he was tasked with protecting, falls to the floor dead. Mac, we're back to you. You have used your action.
Well, now this
in my
is
head,
another.
go ahead.
This is another round, correct?
This is the
that-
same round.
Because that was
This
the
is-
surprise round, wasn't it? Previously.
So surprise in 5e is a condition. So essentially,
okay.
you do your thing. Everyone else that initiative round who was surprised can't go. And then it pops back up with the next turn.
Right, but if it's the next turn, wouldn't I have my action back?
This is still your
Oh,
current
this
turn.
is
I
still.
essentially,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I-
Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah, it gets kind of weird with initiative, but I usually do whatever action you did to set it off. We go through initiative, and it gets back to you, and you can do your thing.
All right. So, what I'm gonna try to do next is I'm going to try to, like, go up to the railing and kind of like try to go over the railing, and I'm jumping down, but I want to catch myself on the roof and then like drop down. Is what my goal is. I don't know what you want me to. I don't know if that would be acrobatics or if that would be athletics, but that's what my goal is. So basically, like, because like if you've ever gotten off something tall, if you hang yourself down, then drop down.
Mhm.
But I would be trying to do it relatively quickly and kind of just like almost going over the railing and then kind of like trying to then catch myself at the roof hang and then drop down.
So, the way I would think of it, acrobatics would be if you did like a just run and jump and roll, and
Okay.
athletics would be if you're trying to hold your body weight and then drop.
Okay,
So, is that what you wanted to do?
that is what I want to do.
Okay, yeah, do you think?
Well, actually, how high up is this?
12 feet, I think, is what we said, something like that.
You know what? I'm just gonna jump and roll.
Okay, yeah, roll acrobatics.
That is a 21.
21. Okay. roll a d6 for me.
The 3.
The 3, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you jump off this roof, and kind of like you really you did a great job with the roll and everything. You kind of absorbed all of that blast. Your feet are a little bit sore, that's it. But
I don't know how far the corner is away, but I would be booking for it, and I would also use my bonus action if I do have it. I don't know if you wanted to take that away with everything that I did previously. If I do still have it, then I would use my bonus action to run.
what's your to dash, right?
Get to dash, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your movement speed?
With the dash would be 70 feet.
Oh man, that's incredible. Yeah, so I'll say this. Initially, I was thinking that you would probably use your bonus action for breaking the glass, but I didn't say that. And because I didn't say that, you run 70 feet into the night. The fastest halfling that anyone has ever seen. So as you just kind of disappear away into the night, Vale, you were helping someone up?
Absolutely. And I am checking to make sure she's okay. Are you okay, miss? Do you know what happened?
She'll just say, "Oh, I don't know. I heard a sound.
Yes. So
I think
loud.
I think I'm all right."
He's just attending to her the whole time this round.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this guy. Not really surprised. What do I think he would do? This is probably the really tough question, but either way, next we're gonna hear from the guards, and before we get to that, I think it's time for a break. So
That is entirely fair.
If you have any questions about anything or anything that we've done tonight, maps that we've shown, just rule questions, you have a weird monster idea, whatever, just let us know in the chat, or if you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments, because we'll check that and we'll respond to it in comments too. But we'll get back to it as soon as we get back, and yeah, we'll see you in one moment. Anyway, I think let's get right back into it. We had our assassin. Well, first we had our Eldritch Knight walk in, make a really loud boom, and then our assassin popped in through a window, killed the target with one blow, and ran out. And Mac, by the way, well, you know what? No, we'll get to that when we get back to that. So creepy dude standing outside the door, right? He's got this like long black hair, a beard, and he's just like nasty, like weird looking eyes. He just kind of like starts looking around over here again, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Jake. He could make another investigation check, right? Or another intelligence check to. I want to say yes, but something is also making me think maybe not.
If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, it can determine that it's an illusion with a successful investigation check against your save DC, and then they know what it is, and then it becomes faint to the creature. But I would kind of say it's probably not there anymore. It was just a single. Boom! So, I mean, I don't know how you want to roll on that, but I don't think the sound is continuous.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's not continuous. He had his one opportunity to check it, and yeah, okay. Yeah, so he's so he looks concerned and confused, if anyone is paying attention to him. He just kind of starts pacing around this area and begins to look around the room. He doesn't see anything that stands out to him around the room, but he's kind of waiting for more information. That'll bring us to Echo.
I think Echo. He probably would. I guess he would have probably noticed that guy get up. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on in the room that he would be looking at, but I'll say he's still a bit more nervously this time, just kind of waiting things out. I'm just gonna flip a coin to see if Echo decides to do a certain thing. Okay. He doesn't. He stays sitting down, but he might be getting... Melly would probably be the only one to notice this, but maybe he's getting a little, like, fidgety. Like, really needs to do something, but
Okay.
at the end of, that few seconds, he decides not to. He will remain patient.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, Melly, the same to you. It's your turn.
Yeah, she'll put her hand on Echo's shoulder and just give it a squeeze and just be like, she's not gonna say it out loud, but non-verbally commute like, I'm right there with you. Yeah, it's tense.
Okay. All right. And then that's it. Just kind of you have your conversation, and then all right. Very cool. That brings us to something happening off screen. And okay. And Mac, your turn. You just ran 70 feet. And what's going on? You're muted.
Thank you. I would go back out onto like the main road, and is it pretty deserted? Is it like medium populated with people walking and going places?
There's people out and about. There's definitely I mean, it's not like crowded, but there's people, going around doing their thing. It's,
So I would just kind of like blend in and start walking. I would say back towards the temple would be the direction that I would be heading. And just kind of going with the crowd or some people that are going that direction, kind of semi sticking with if there were dwarves that were more my height, to where I would just kind of blend in with some of the dwarves a little bit better.
Sure.
And maybe even just kind of like with my elbows holding my cloak out just a little bit, so from behind I would look a little bit wider and more of like a dwarf.
I like that. Why don't you roll stealth with advantage?
That is a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you blend in like perfectly fine. There's like a family of dwarves walking by, like they just had dinner, and people think you're part of that family. So as you're walking by, you feel like kind of this vibration from the dagger, and you just hear, "Oh wow, that was great." I was wondering when the next time that was going to happen would be. You made me wait a long time, you know?
Not gonna lie, I kind of missed this a little bit.
You and me both. We did pretty good work back there, huh, kid?
You did fantastic.
Well, we have a pretty cool tool up our sleeves now.
Could come in very, very handy.
I think so too. I think so too. I think that this relationship's starting to pay off for the both of us.
I would agree.
Tell you what. Later when we have time, I'll show you some cool stuff. How about that, kid?
Definitely. I know we probably need to get out of town first, but once we do, I look forward to it.
You don't get a response. That will bring us to these guys. Also has stuff happening off screen. We have very poor medical checks. And okay, Vale, back to you. The lady is now up,
She
back
seems
on her feet.
like she looks like okay, just shaken, or
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah,
I think
shaken but no longer stirred.
there you go. I think Vale would just make eye contact with the bartender briefly. Does he look injured in any way? No, I know the answer is no, but
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's kind of like finished cleaning up what he was cleaning up, and well, I guess he's finishing up cleaning up what he was cleaning up.
okay. And then I think he would just see what you said creepy guy is doing at the doors. What's he doing? Is he looking at the door? Is he looking back out over the?
He's looking around the room.
Okay. I think he just looks at him like, and then he turns to look at the glass blades and Melly and Echo. Like he's just this. I think his whole turn right now, he's just like looking around, like what just happened.
Okay.
You're gonna make me
Like-
do it again, aren't you?
Trying to show you that yeah, I mean, if
He
you're trying
is
to be
assessing
like,
the situation to see what's going on, but he's just like
yeah, but you're making a show of it.
maybe slightly.
Some would say performing.
Okay.
You
think-
could also roll
I
deception.
was gonna
if
say
you
I think
want.
I'd prefer to say deceiving.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So that's a 21. 17 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you do a pretty good job of just kind of looking around like, what was that?
Yeah. And then maybe a half a step forward, but like, that's it.
All right.
What do the
So
glass blades look like they're doing?
They're just hanging out, drinking.
Okay,
They weren't in range of the thing.
gotcha. I didn't know if the suddenness of his movement had done anything.
Oh,
but-
who that guy?
Yeah, like if that, like he was right there, but they also might have their backs to him. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not like paying too much attention to him. You know, you can see they're kind of like. I mean, they. If you, I'll just tell you, they seem, just by looking at them, you kind of get the vibe that they have that like. This is BS, you know. I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier anywhere but here. Yeah, they're not taking what they're doing seriously.
Okay.
Right. The creepy dude kind of walks closer to the door and then like backs off and just kind of like he looks like he doesn't know what to do. Like he's not sure if he should go in and check on anything or not. Like he's very stumped currently.
All right, are we sticking with combat or are we? I know there's timers involved here, so I don't know.
I was gonna say if not, that minute's gonna go by real fast.
So yes,
But,
turn-based mode activated.
So what?
Just keep in turn-based mode like in Baldur's
Yeah, keeping
Gate.
turn. Yes, exactly. So he just kind of continues to just kind of look around the room, trying to gauge like what's going on. And Echo and Melly, another 6 seconds have passed. And it's back to you two.
I think at this point, Echo is going to, his eyes are going to go purple. Actually, wait, I might not be able to make it at that range. 6, nope, too far. Okay, never mind. I was going to say Echo was going to have a chat with Vale telepathically, but
You
he will
slide.
not be able to do that.
If you slide over slightly to the right in your chair, you'll be able to do that.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's right on the edge, huh? Then I think Echo's eyes will go purple for a second and then turn back to normal and be like, huh. And then slide over the seat, making it look like maybe he's like stretching, like cracking his back or something.
You might need to
And then
slide
his-
just to get off the bench.
But his eyes will go purple, and Vale will hear,
Fail. Whatever we're doing, we need to do it quick.
I am very much
And-
aware.
but I think that's all. Unless Vale has anything else to add to that, Echo doesn't really know what else to say.
I don't think you
um,
would.
Okay. So I think that'll probably be the end of it for Mr. Echo.
Melly, anything to add?
What's going on? I feel like it's only been a moment, but it feels like an eternity.
I don't like it either, but we need to wait just a little longer.
With that sigh, that'll end Melly's turn.
Okay. So that will bring us to something happening off screen. Again. Okay. And Mac, I mean, I'm gonna say it's safe to say that you've just disappeared at this point, and you're like, unless there's something that you
No,
want to say
I would not be coming back. I would probably be going
Yeah.
all the way back to the temple, which was what, like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes away,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. All right. So we'll just do a little bit of that. Continue here. Okay. Vale, back to you.
Okay. You said that guard looks unsure of himself, like he's
Yes.
confused. I think Vale's just gonna take a step up to here, the corner of the bar, and just be like, "What happened? What's going on?" But he does his best Carrick voice. It's his brother. I feel like he could do it.
Yeah. And the bartender kind of joined in on this, and he'll just say, like, yeah, I heard the weird sound coming from back there. Is everything all right? Creepy dude will just look to the both of you and say, I heard it too.
I think
No one.
Vale would just look at the bartender and be like, "What's in that room?"
Um, okay. So, all of that, I think, is the most that we could do in 6 seconds. So, we're gonna cross off another box and then continue the conversation. Is that fair?
Think so?
Okay. All right. It has now been 24 seconds, by the way.
I had 18 personally.
So
Or we're into round 4.
we're into round 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the bartender will say, "There's a private parties there tonight," and
What are they doing? They have some kind of.
the
Yeah, what's going on in there?
creepy dude will just kind of look at you and look at the bartender and kind of glare at the bartender, and he'll look back at you and just say, whatever that sound was, it doesn't appear that anyone else heard it. And he just kind of like puts his hand out and motions to the rest of the bar that's just lively, and music is still playing, people are still drinking and telling jokes and high-fiving and arm wrestling, and all you've seen movies.
Sure. I think he just, at this point, Vale kind of looks at him like, just looks over his shoulder and just says, "What are they doing in there?" He's looking at the bartender like, they didn't light the place on fire, did they? He just he looks at the bartender and says, "Open the door." And he has like a very official look to him now.
Oh, that's right. Are you so are you in like Glassblade uniform?
I am Carrick in Glassblade uniform. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that aspect. So the creepy dude will look at Vale Carrick and just say, "You should know exactly what's going on in that room. And if anyone will open the door and go in there, it will be me.
Then do it now."
I do not take orders from you."
He starts to walk towards the door. Vale starts walking towards the door.
And this will be another count, I'd say. Now the question becomes, the two glass blades who are sitting at the table. Well, I guess let's do this. So the dwarf glass blade sitting at the table kind of looks over and sees the three of you talking, and he'll just kind of walk over and just say, Carrick, I didn't realize you had a back.
We just got back. There's something going on behind that door, and I want them to open it now.
Roll, I mean, now actually roll a performance check.
15?
15?
Did you not hear that explosion?
Say. He'll look to his counterpart, who just kind of shrugs. Be like, I didn't know there was any explosion.
I heard one.
You're right.
They did too. Open this door now. Vale Carrick starts walking towards the door himself right now, because he's gonna open the door.
Okay. This is gonna be one more, methinks.
One more performance check?
No.
I was like, oh.
No,
one more round.
No.
Okay.
I meant one more round.
Gotcha. Okay.
As long as we all still think that's fair.
Yeah, it's like 6
and
maybe 7.
So yeah, I mean, you'll walk up to the door, open it. There's a small staircase in front of you, and you see, as you climb the top of the staircase, you see 2 guards standing over a very dead body, blood all over the floor, and they have like kind of these they're trying to stop the bleeding, and they have these gauze, which are really just like cloths that they grabbed and like ripped from clothing and
Yeah.
wherever they were able to find them, and
Yeah. So is anyone? He just turns and looks. Is anyone following him?
Yes.
Who? The Glassblade?
The glass blades are following you, and Creepy Dude is following you. And Creepy Dude actually pushes right past you, and just says, "What happened here?"
All right. Vale runs past, and as soon as he gets back in the room, he just goes, "Echo! Melee!"
Okay. Um.
Quickly.
Okay. Yeah. So. Question is, was that one more round?
Could be.
Did it take you another 6 seconds to run down the
I don't know how
run
big
down
the
and
staircase
yell for
is.
them? I'm just gonna say yes. There are now. Okay. Echo, Melly, you've just been summoned.
Echo's gonna look at Melly, and Echo's gonna look at Melly and just say, "I'll see you there." He'll flash sort of a goldish hue for a second, and basically, from Melly's point of view, like disappear as he runs 80 feet in 6 seconds. As I will spend a key point and use Step of the Wind to use the dash action as a bonus action for a very specific reason. So I will do that. Run 80 feet, which I imagine, unless the staircase is like 30 feet long, I should be able to make it there. Will I be stopped as I'm going? What happened?
I mean, you're able to like run straight into the room. Are you running to Carrick, or are you just running like?
Did Carrick?
Right
So
in.
Carrick went to the bottom of the stairs.
Bottom of the stairs, or did you step out to where you're standing right now?
As soon as he
where's-
could see them, he would just yell to them. So whatever
Okay.
point that is.
Yeah. So right
So
at the door, swings the door open, yells to you.
So he'll just run up to Carrick and say, "What's going on?"
There's someone hurt up there. Maybe you guys can help him.
Hurt or
It didn't look good. Get up there.
and run the rest of the way. Oh boy, I don't think that's gonna be enough time. I think this will take too long. Oh, this is stressing me out. And Echo will run in, but like with hands up, and just say, "I can heal! I can heal!"
So initially, that's. Why don't you roll right off the bat? Just roll persuasion.
Persuasion? Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that makes perfect sense. I'm upset about it. Okay. Persuasion. Oh, okay. 16?
Okay.
Better than I thought I would roll. I only get a +1.
So at first, the guard who's kind of like directly adjacent to you just kind of like tries to get in your way, like he's not gonna let you touch him, and he just kind of looks to the other one, and before that resolves, Melly, what do you do as Echo just
I'm running also. But I don't
Melly
think
said, I was running.
but Ellie's a lot slower than Echo. So she's gonna dash. Oh gosh, sorry. My map. How far could she make it? Oh gosh. Does she have to stand up? Is that half of her movement?
No, she's sitting. She's not prone.
Okay. All right. So we'll say Does she have to go to this space? Whoops. This.
Nope. You could.
This.
We'll say you could just. There's enough room where you, if you stand up, you could just walk right on in between.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oop, that's halfway between. There we go. And then scroll, scroll, scroll. She's probably still not going to make it as far as she would like. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as she can get.
Okay.
Right? She's 30. Yeah, she's 30 feet walking speed. So yeah. What can she see from where she's from where she's standing? Because I know that you said there's stairs.
From where you're standing, you could just see that there's like a crowd of people, just like all kind of like hovered around a point. You can't really see exactly what's happening up there, but you see that there's just a bunch of people kind of standing around, like doing something.
Okay. Well, she's standing next to Carrick right now.
Yeah.
What's happened?
It looks like someone is really hurt up there, maybe dead.
Alright, and that'll be the end of the turn.
Okay. So there is a so the guy who is kind of standing in front of you, like blocking the way, he stays put for the time being. Do you try to like push past him or do anything else, or are you waiting for him to kind of really respond to you?
You mean... Oh, boy. If he didn't respond within, like, a second or two, then Echo would follow up with, if this person is dying or dead, I can save them. There's not much time.
We're gonna call this the next round. And so as he hears that, he kind of looks over to the next person, and the glass blade like dwarf guy actually kind of pushes them out of the way, and he's like, all right, let me see what's going on here. And he just kind of takes a quick look at him, and he looks over at you, Echo, and he says, I don't know what you'll be able to do, lad. He looks pretty dead. And you could do as you will.
Then
No,
I think
you're
I'm
not.
just in time. And Echo will hold his hand out and look at it, maybe a little unsure, and then put his hand on the very bloody body of this person. And what I imagine happening as I cast Revivify, because I don't know how the rings generally work, but I know that the spell is cast into the ring. But I imagine it more, I think, flavorful than just the spell like comes out of the ring, and more like the verbal components of the spell like come out of Echo, even though he doesn't know them, like he didn't study them. So those words just kind of come out, and if there's any like little somatic gestures, the hand with the ring does those gestures. Kind of like he already knew it. Not like it's controlling him, but he's just like, okay. And he does that, and he touches the man and tries to cast Revivify.
Okay.
Oh, I hope I didn't just waste that cast. But we don't have enough time to test that, so...
Yeah, so there's this like horrible gaping wound in his chest. And let me actually just pull something up quick. Because I was about to continue with this, but I think I might have forgotten something potentially very important.
The fate of Lord Baracus Obamius. I don't know how many rounds that was.
We got 2 left.
I thought it might have been 9, but I guess I was off by 1.
Well, so the thing about this blade you know, this is a very interesting predicament. Because raw, it should work. Rules as intended. I think I'm gonna have more fun with it this way. Fortunately. So, Echo, as all of this is happening and these motions are kind of like it's almost like from the ring there are these like light like paths that your hand is then following and you know, it's like a Disney Channel movie where you have your you know all that whatnot. You see that whatever soul or spirit that was Lord Baracus, it's gone. It's been captured by something. And when you do this, the wound closes up and the kind of like black that was like going through his veins, it kind of purges itself and he looks perfectly healthy. He's gone.
Melly!
Melly, you have time. You could get in there and do your thing. And
Right.
we could totally drop initiative too because of that.
Doop, boop, boop. Okay. Jeez, what does Melly want to do? Echo, did you use the spell?
I used it. It didn't work. It's like something's missing. I don't know.
If it didn't work, I don't know if trying again will help.
I think you're right. It's like, I don't know. The feeling I got is that there's something missing from him.
All right. What happened here? And,
It may have been too late. I'm sorry.
the guard, whose hands are like drenched with blood and poison, kind of just splats him on the ground. He looks at his hands. He just says, I heard the glass break. Excuse me. I heard the glass break. And when I turned, there was a knife in his chest and a small man running off the roof.
Did you see where he went?
I don't know. Just jumped right out. One of our the head guard he jumped out and ran right after him. Hopefully he found him.
So I think Vale at this point would go over to the dwarf. Just put his hand on his shoulder. Just kind of, shrug slightly. We've been away. What else is going on? Who is this? We've been away.
You've been away. I just want to remind you that it seemed like the reason for the closing of the borders what you found out like later, everything is like even from Mac's contact, which I think he told you, was they didn't close the borders because of the Kryn. They closed the borders because of the Empire.
So Carrick told us that?
Carrick didn't tell you that. Carrick was totally silent on all of that. But
Okay.
Mac's contact told Mac that. I thought Mac relayed the message, and maybe he didn't.
I honestly don't know. If that's something Vale would know not
Okay.
to ask, I don't think he would, but I may have missed that.
I'm gonna say that's something Vale would have known not to
Okay.
ask
I
based
think-
on.
All right. I think then he would have just I think he would have just gone over there and just put his hand on his shoulder, just a little pat of support.
He's gonna just say, "Gods, this is a mess." All right. Well, this is a crime scene. I need everyone stay where you are. We're gonna have to get some. Oh. Ay,
Listen, we just got back doing a mission
healers.
for Her Majesty. Do you need
You
me to
just
go
do
fetch
this.
someone for you?
Ugh.
They were just here trying to help.
Might as well tell Her Majesty herself. It's all gone to shite.
I'll take care of it.
And the one guard, the like creepy looking dude, just kind of looks at the dwarf, looks at Carrick, and he's just gonna say, something's going on here, and I don't like it. Is this the sort of hospitality that is given to potential allies?
What does the dwarf look like?
He just kind of looks at him like with a raised eyebrow. He's gonna say, "Son, I get you're upset, but you didn't want us in the room with you. We were standing right outside the door. There was nothing else we could do." And he's just gonna look and say, "I think you knew exactly what was going to happen on this day." And he looks at Vale and looks at Melly and Echo. And you see the other two guards kind of tense up for a
Hold on
second,
now.
almost like hands go to weapons.
Vale puts his hands up, kind of like let's be easy here. We just got back from killing a dragon tonight. I have no idea really what's going on.
Roll a deception check.
For the last line.
For I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. It's a 19.
Okay. He just kind of, he still looks like really pissed off, and like the other guards kind of, they're not happy, but like they kind of, their hands go away from their weapons.
Yeah.
And they just kind of look at each other, and the dwarf will look to you and say, Carrick, go tell the queen. We need something done right now.
It will. And then he just says, he just kind of gestures puts his arm around Melly and Echo to take them with him.
Why are they going with you?
They were with me on this mission for the queen herself. I mean, I could go on my own, but They were just trying to help.
All right. The two of you, where are you staying?
We're currently staying with the Temple of Ioun.
All right. I don't know why we would have questions for you, but if we have questions for you, I'm very, very familiar with the Temple of Ioun, and we will come find you there. Carrick, after you find the Queen, oh, just go take care of this.
He just gives him a nod. And tries to escort Echo and Melly out the door. Down the stairs.
Okay. You're able to do so.
And as soon as we can leave the tavern and get a little bit of distance, he will drop his disguised self once he's not in range of anybody. I guess you can't always have your cake and eat it too. I need to meet with my brother and fill him in on some things.
Okay.
I think, you have the sending stone, of course. Val looks like he's trying to just like piece together a lot of things at once right now, like his hands on his head, his eyes kind of darting around the ground.
Yes. I don't know where Mac might have gone.
Someplace no one would find him, I'm sure. We're supposed to meet at the barracks. Maybe we just meet there with him and then tell him what's going on.
We're not going to be able to leave, are we?
That is an excellent question. One I don't think I have an answer to at the moment.
It feels like there's something or someone who does not want us to leave here.
Well, let's tell my brother that what happened at the brewery and go from there. And just tell Mac to meet us there.
So you're using the stone to reach out to Mac?
Unless either of you want to try something different. I don't know.
I guess it doesn't hurt to use it to confirm that he's there. He would know that that's where we were planning to meet.
We didn't confirm it, but he does know that that's where we're meeting Carrick. I don't know if he knows where... I don't think he knows where the barracks is, though. Can ask him where he is.
Okay. Ellie's gonna take out the sending stone and she's gonna squeeze it, because that's how you activate it, right? And then go, Mac, are you all right? Where are you? We need to meet.
Bring, bring. I am safe. I'm back at the temple.
It's at the temple.
Josh, logistically speaking, does that make sense? Like on the way to the barracks and or the palace?
Yeah.
All right, let's head there.
Well, should you go directly to meet your brother first?
I actually was kind of asking that. You said it's on the way, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
Okay. So yeah, I think we're just briskly head to the temple to pick up Mac.
Okay. Yeah, you get there. You make it there pretty quick. Mac, what are you doing when they find you?
I would say because of the fact that they messaged me, I would have actually gone into the temple, but because they messaged me and with that, I would have walked outside, and if there were like any benches or like a little area to like sit and wait, I would have.
Okay. Yeah, so you see them approaching while you're kind of just sitting outside. And do you approach?
As usual, things aren't easy.
What do you mean?
They'll just kind of very briefly nods towards where your dagger holster is and just says, I think things got a little complicated when we tried to fix it. Now, I need to find my brother, who needs to inform the Queen of what happened, and tell him that he was there the whole time. And I don't exactly know how to do that, or exactly what to say.
He's going to know.
He's not a fool. Vale just is rubbing the bridge of his nose. And he just...
You mimicked your brother?
I had to have a way of getting authority in that room to get them out. He just stops, he takes a step back and he just looks at all three of them and just says, it wasn't exactly as if we were all working together on this one now, was it?
With that, Echo takes off the ring and walks briskly towards Vale and says, next time you want to kill someone and bring them back, and he shoves it into your chest, whether or not he catches it or lets it hit the floor, do it yourself. And storms off. I guess in the direction of the barracks, even though he doesn't really know where it is.
The ring definitely hits the ground. Vale picks it up. Doesn't say anything. Just looks at Mac. He goes, "Yes, because this was all my idea." The only thing I
Mac-
can think of is that the two of us, and he gestures, is that we just disappear and they go to Bysaeus Teal right now. It's the only thing I can think of. But that looks incredibly suspicious.
Okay, so this is a quick logistical question, and I don't know if it's something that Mac would know or not. When teleportation circles are open, if somebody was invisible, would they just be able to walk right through it and it would teleport them, or does it like only teleport like specific people,
We'll say it's like a
like an open portal almost? Where
yeah. You've played Portal, right? You know, little just thing just pops up and you just kind of walk through it while it's open. It'll probably be open for a few seconds.
I
I
really
don't think
wish
we can split like that though.
No, it's not good when we're apart.
we should have left when we had the chance. Melly's gonna follow Echo. I don't know if he's like out of sight at this point, but she doesn't want him to get too far away to the point where now like he's just wandering around by himself.
He's
And
not
once
like running. You would probably, assuming like there's some, like that the line of sight doesn't break like a harsh turn in the road. I'm sure you'd find him, and he's not like trying to hide.
let's walk and talk, I say to Vale.
He nods. He's like, I sound angry. I'm just frustrated because I don't know what to do.
No, I understand you were just doing the best that you thought you could at the time. Obviously, using someone like that that's highly recognizable is dicey at best, especially with the other two being there.
It was
But
as believable a cover as I could come up with, and
I'm not blaming you. It's just it makes this much messier. Now there's a couple things that we can do. Do you think, one, that your brother is going to be willing to go along with it to protect you and the family? Two, do we just not say anything and leave? The word that going back to the queen is supposed to be coming from you. Well, Carrick, you. So they won't know anything when we first get there. If we wanted to leave, we could probably leave. That would leave your brother in a tight spot, though. Or us in the future. I don't know if your brother would be, if you talked to him, what he would be, if he would be willing to cover, or if he would throw us in prison and keep us from going.
I think Vale's just kind of staring off to the side while you're mentioning all this stuff. He's like, honestly, I just want to tell him everything. This tightrope walk sucks.
I think if we tell him everything, one of us is going to prison. Probably to be executed.
We can't have that, can we? That wasn't a real suggestion.
Well,
I hate to say it, but leaving is the best move. But you're right. That makes him look like a real.
well, here's the thing. There's nothing to say that he can't say that it wasn't him. I'm sure people have seen him in the glass blades, so it probably would just put it all on us. But so I don't think he would probably necessarily get in any trouble because I'm sure people have seen him where he's currently at, and he can't be in two places at the same time.
I don't see a better option. I'd love to get the input of the other two, but they're not here.
I think the best situation right now is to take the lead. They're gonna follow even if they did extremely dislike us, and then once we're elsewhere, we can deal with the fallout.
I think you're right. Can we sort of? I think we're sort of trying to follow them, but I don't know how far away they are. But
Yeah, the goal would have been to follow them. Like, I kind of would have waited just for a moment or two for Melly to get, like, without, like, easy earshot distance, so that way we could have that conversation without her listening, but that's what I would have said. Let's walk and talk, and would have, like, started following her, is at that point.
so what do we see with Melly and Echo?
By the time you catch up to Echo, you see him walking. You can see that he's got very angry body language. But as you see his face, you can see that he's pretty teary-eyed, and you notice that his hands are still. If you didn't notice this already, his hands are still covered in blood, and I think he's at this point trying to like kind of furiously, like Macbeth, trying to get the blood off, but still angry.
So, Melly's gonna pull out her water skin and she'll just take some water and just like take out a rag and wet it and give it to Echo. She's not gonna say anything. She'll make eye contact and just nod.
He'll take it, nod back, and he wouldn't have stopped walking, I think, if Melly kept pace. Although I think if she was stopping, he would probably, like, I don't know. Is she gonna keep walking with him, or is she trying to, like, intentionally get him to stop?
Would Melly have noticed that Mac and Vale are following? She glanced behind. Would she be able? Are they like within sight?
I don't think we're trying to hide it from you guys.
I would say we are in sight, because, like, we are actively following you.
She's not gonna completely stop, but she'll try to intentionally slow down the pace. Just that way, like, because it's very tense right now. And I don't think having a face-off for the whole group in the middle of the road is a good idea.
I'll say my initial instinct was that Echo would not slow down, but I think with Melly being the one, doing the interaction, I think he would kind of soften up a little bit, and he would say, "I'm sorry I messed it up."
I don't think that you did.
You would have done it, right? But I had to get there first, didn't I?
If we had waited for me, it would have been too late, probably. It was not your fault.
We shouldn't have been there.
It was a mistake to stay.
Echo's tears intensify a bit at that, and he nods very sternly. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry as well.
I think the pace has probably been slowing down as they're talking, to the point where like they're hardly walking. And I think he'll just lean in and just kind of hold her for a second.
Ellie's shoulders are gonna slump a little. She's tearing up too. She's just trying to hold it back because they are out in public, but they're rolling down her cheeks too.
Just want to
Well.
mention. Go ahead. If Echo's talking, go for it.
No, please.
Okay. I just want to mention that while Echo felt like something was missing, you don't necessarily know the reason something was missing, and you would know, Melly for sure would know, that whether you had enough time or didn't have enough time, you were definitely at the last possible second to be able to do something. So the reason something might possibly have been missing could have been the time itself. Really no way to tell. Sure, that's not what Echo's thinking about right now, but I just wanted to make sure that was at least known.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we'd better keep moving.
Yep.
I'm guessing maybe
Echo
we
straighten
show up
his
at
glasses and
this point.
sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm guessing we probably catch up at this point. We need to just leave right now. We don't go to the Queen. We don't tell my brother anything. We just go.
Echo looks at Vale like he's a monster.
There you go. Do you have a better idea? If we say something, we can't leave.
Already not supposed to leave.
Why wouldn't we be supposed to leave?
The guards in the room. They told us not to leave.
The crime scene now.
You do realize that if we're caught, at the very least I'll be executed, and you may as well, if for some reason they think that you were in on it.
So, Melly, myself, and Carrick could be suspects.
Quite possibly.
Can we just leave and not tell Carrick about what happened?
Because he's not going to understand, or he's not going to be okay with us leaving. And the thing about that is, he can't have been in two places at once. I'm sure with him being at the barracks, there are going to have been witnesses that he was there at the barracks to be able to prove that he was not there, which means that somebody would have been impersonating him, which will let him off the hook. It might look bad for us, but we won't be here.
Or we just tell the truth. Tell Carrick what happened. Mac, they're going to execute or do something to your family. For goodness sakes.
That's you think that that's going to be an excuse that
No, but at least he
they're
won't be
gonna
unarmed and he
accept-
might let us leave. I don't know.
do you believe that?
Don't know. Or the three of you go, and I'll just face the consequences.
Face what consequences? You were seen in there when everything was going down. You couldn't have killed the person. All that you could be accused of is impersonating Carrick.
And that's all I'll say I did.
And what good's gonna come of that? Still be separated, and you'll still be left here, and you for sure won't be allowed to leave.
It's better than the three of you being stuck here.
Why don't we all just leave?
It's the smart play. Doesn't mean it's the right one. I think Vale his eyes probably just drift over to Melly to see what she's doing.
Melly hasn't stopped crying, but like she's like, it's not like a heavy cry. It's like the tears are just coming down, and she looks sad, but it's not. Like it's not like a heavy weeping that she's doing. It's just like involuntary. She can't stop it.
Well, if I'm willing to take a risk to see if I can help you save your family, surely I can take a risk on my own brother.
And I understand that the tactics of this may have not been the most savory, but that man is a general and a higher up of the Dwendalian Empire that's battling my entire area, plus other and trying to conquer whoever they feel like it and doing whatever they please. You're acting like we just executed just some random person because we felt like it. We are not monsters. This is a war. Did I want to have to do it? No. Just because of the fact that I knew that it could possibly negatively impact us. But do I feel bad about it? No. Because that's not somebody that deserves to live.
Vale just kind of looks shocked and kind of just shakes his head for a second as he's processing that last line in particular. We have some very important things that we carry. I think that it may be bigger than this. And we just need to go. I hate this.
I mean,
I hate this, but we just have to go. We have to go.
we're trying to keep this nuke away from him. That's one of the people that we are actively trying to keep it away from.
We have to go. Vale's face looks a little detached at the moment, but we just have to go.
Whatever. Let's go.
Vale just starts heading off towards the barracks.
Mac follows.
Has Melly moved?
No. She's just standing there. She's trying to wrap her head around everything. Is Echo still there with her?
He was starting to take a step, like just completely disassociated, but would definitely not have like moved, like actually started walking without Melly. Maybe taken a step or two and then turned around. Melly.
I know we can't fix this, but we have to do what we can to make it as right as possible. We don't get to be the judge and the executioner for people. That's not... I don't think that's what we're meant to do.
I agree. It's not our place to choose who lives or dies, or who deserves to live or die. But right now, we need to figure out what to do with this thing. So either we go, or we give it to them. But I'm not leaving here without you. And if that means I'm staying here with you, so be it.
If they haven't followed, Val would definitely stop and turn around.
When Echo says that, Melly's going to... almost like a reflex. She's gonna walk forward, grab Echo's hand, and just start running after Vale and Mac. I don't know how far away they got, but that's the actions she's taking. We might not be able to make it right now, but we will. Right?
We will.
She's saying that to everybody or just to Echo?
If within that time, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, if they're not too far away, then yeah, she's gonna say it so everyone can hear it, but it's directed specifically towards Echo.
Yeah. Vale, you think Vale might, he's a slight quiver of his lip as he just says, my family, my home. Of course I want to make it right. We can always send him a message after we leave. You have that scroll, don't you?
do. And Mac, we'll make things right for you too. I don't know what the situation is with your family, but if they would have been in danger, that's not right. So I'd like to make everything right for everyone if we can, in time.
Mac just hangs his head a little bit.
Melly will put her hand on his back and just go, they'll be okay.
All right, so as you all continue to run through, make it to the barracks, you're able to get in, no problem. And you see, waiting in kind of a main room, Carrick looks over at you and just says, "Hello there," and he gives you his kind of just grin, looks at you, says, "Well, I'm sure you'll be ready to go, so right this way." And he'll kind of motion for you all to follow him into this room, and it's kind of a small room with like a large, like there's these engravings like in the floor, and it's like a stone floor with all these kind of all these like little patterns and symbols, and like Vale probably knows what some of it means, Melly probably knows what some of it means, the rest of you are, it's kind of lost on you. And Carrick will just kind of look at the four of you and sees that something is not right, and he'll just say, "Don't worry, I'm sure we'll see each other soon." He gives you a genuine smile.
Is it directed at anyone in particular?
Eye contact lingers with you and with Melly mostly.
Yeah.
But he looks at everyone when he says it.
I think he just pulls Carrick in for a genuine hug. And it's probably longer than it should be. And it's a tight hug. I love you, brother.
Goose, love you too, brother.
So, I guess will we just step in? Is that how this works?
He still looks kind of confused at like the silence of everyone else, and the looks on their faces, the long hug, and he'll just say, "Yes, I'll give the signal to our mage, and then the gate will be open for maybe 3 seconds." And Vice is steel, right?
Yes.
Right. Well, good luck. I know what you're doing is important, whatever it may be. It was a pleasure working with all of you. Grown quite fond of most of you. And then he looks at Mac and he'll say, "All right, all of you." And
Mac chuckles and nods back.
and he'll kind of give whatever signal he needs to give, and there's this like bluish kind of like thing that's just like waving with energy that opens up, and I just say, right, go ahead, walk through, and the next moment you'll be in Baise's Teal.
Vale just makes eye contact with the three of you and gestures.
If it seems like no one else is moving, Mac walks through the portal.
Yeah, Max just he steps in and vanishes.
And the portal closes.
Yeah.
I think Echo would gesture to Melly to go in before him. Just kind of offer a big, after you.
Melly will take one step towards it. She'll turn around. She'll give Carrick a hug. And she's just gonna go ahead and whisper. As quickly as she can. I have to think about this though. Hold on. Carrick, some things have unfolded. And they're going to think you're at the center of it. We'll explain more when we have time. And she's gonna let go. She'll jump into the circle.
So, Echo and Vale, you didn't hear what she said, but you see Carrick's look go from like oh to
Say what?
like yeah to like shock. Time's running out. What are you guys doing?
That just makes eye contact with Echo. Together?
Echo looks more calm and nods and walks through the portal.
Vale just turns.
As you
Okay.
go ahead.
I was just say he turns and just looks at his brother a little bit, just a knowing glance, and then walks into the portal.
So, as you're stepping in, and the moment before you kind of both vanish away, I don't know if Echo was looking that way or if he was just looking forward, but whoever was looking back towards Carrick, you see through the opening the dwarf from the tavern run in and point and then and then you appear on the streets by Say's Teal. There's trees all around you. These large large kind of bridges made in between the trees and everything. And you are in it's like a central town square type thing that just you popped up into. And also before, when you saw Melly give Carrick a hug, you very clearly saw her hand go in his pocket.
So she failed her sleight of hand check pretty poorly. Whatever just happened, I love it. Yes. I know what you did. And I love it.
I was hoping you were going to do what you did. It was an excellent idea, Izzee. You were probably about like 5 or 6 minutes away from your temple, Echo. And you are now just in this center town space.
I think Echo just maybe he's like wobbly for a second and just sits on the floor. Never would have thought I would miss this place so much. I'd like to go home.
I hope you have a better experience at home than I did.
Yeah. Well, Echo will stand up and look at his hands one more time that still have a little like stained they're still a little bit red stained. He got like most of it off, but that's not how blood works. So he will like kind of dust himself off one more time. Well,
I'll cast
welcome.
prestidigitation to clean it up even better.
Oh. He'll react, but it's not like a big reaction. It's not like, oh well, thank you very much. It's just kind of like, I don't know, like sort of a soft gesture of appreciation, I guess.
If their eyes meet, Vale just looks broken at the moment.
I don't think anybody's looking good right now.
Anybody?
Mac's probably fine.
Yeah, I was like to say, hold on.
Mac's like, I don't know, I'm a little hungry.
Is there good pierogies around?
Hey, they
does
got
not
great
ask
dump
that.
noodle.
He does not ask that.
Yeah, so he'll dust himself off and he'll say, well, welcome to Bysay's Teal, my home. I guess the temple is over that way. Shall we?
I cannot
Yes.
think of a better place that we could go right now.
And Echo will start leading the way.
Okay. So you're able to get to the temple. Just give us a brief description of what it looks like when you show up and when you like the main entrance, if you can. We could get into detail next session, but just a brief description if you have one.
So where did we pop up? Were we like outside of the town, like outside of the gates, or were we not really gates, but like were we outside of the town, or were we actually in the streets?
You were actually like in the town. Like there was like kind of like a town square section where they had just kind of like almost like a receiving point for visitors.
Okay.
It could have been. It's if you think the temple is further than 5 minutes away, then it could be however far away that it needed to be. Like we didn't really talk too much about that. So
I think that sounds about right. Because as memory serves, Bysay's Teal isn't huge. It's it's not a bustling city as I have known it. It is in like the tundra, so it's pretty chilly, not like deathly cold, but everything's a little frosty, and everything's nice, like finely paved streets and everything. It seems like they care about their appearance a good deal. Like, not a lot of people, but they seem decently well off, which is why it's weird that there's a monastery here. Because, monks aren't known for riches. But, as you approach the temple with its unmistakable, that symbol of Ayun, with the eyes, it's a very ornate building, and I think that speaks to the wealth of the town as opposed to the wealth of the monastery itself. Like, they were more interested in, like, it's almost like when you see the nice McDonald's, you know what I mean? It's like somehow this McDonald's is like really nice.
They're in a shopping center that has standards they have to meet.
Yes, it's like it has to look a certain way. So it's like that. It's like, this is, because you remember the one from Uthadern, and it was like a stone building. The symbol was on it, and it was a building. There's nothing really spectacular about it. You get inside, like the statue is very beautiful and stuff, but yeah, this is like a whole different story. It's like you're walking into somebody's mansion. But I imagine that you would probably see a few of the monks walking around outside, and they're wearing similar colors to Vale, the blues and purples, but you still note that his outfit is a little different from theirs. The look of the building, yeah, I would say there's like a gated archway, though the gate I don't think ever closes, because they always try to keep themselves available for passersby. Oh goodness, I wish I had more of a visual description of what the place really looked like, more than it's just a fancy McDonald's mansion.
I think that's honestly.
I could get perfect. I could get a little more into it next time if we want to.
Sure.
I didn't think we were gonna make it this far.
Okay. Yeah. So as you kind of like walk towards that, like some of these monks that are walking by are kind of like all looking towards you. Like, oh, not all of them, but like some of them that look like you've seen them before and they know you. They're kind of like looking at you like, oh, like, back already, like that kind of thing. And you're met by an elf woman who will just look to you and say, Brother Echo, is that you already?
I know this person. Do I know their name?
Linnae.
Okay. Yes. This is also a monk. Yes, she is yes. A part of the order as well. Okay, perfect. Yes. Sister Linnae, it is great to see you. And he'll just bow. Already, I feel like it's been forever and a half. Is Master Dinawa available? I was hoping to see him.
Her face kind of it goes from this like happiness, like joy of seeing you, to like no one's told you yet. And she just looks at you and says,
No.
Master Dinawa has been missing for 3 weeks. And we're gonna pick up there next week.
It's better than dead.
I feel so horrible about the way.
First of all, how dare you? How dare you?
Oh
I wish
God.
I was dead.
Oh man. Well, that was a lot. Geez. I'm an awful person, and it's no longer blame Vale. I think it's blame Dungeon Master. But so since we went a little late, everybody's probably like trying to race to bed. So just quickly, hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you had a great time. Thank you for showing up. If this is your first time, you can catch up on past episodes at youtube.com/JNJ Tabletop. We have a playlist that has all the episodes that are on YouTube. If the episode is not on YouTube, then it will be on anywhere you can find podcasts under Rare Drop Roleplay. And then just make sure you're watching or listening to the Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions episode. By the way, the first episode of the show, the first ever episode, we're going to do a YouTube watch party on November 17th at youtube.com/JNJ Tabletop. That'll be 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to find out more about us and what we do command J&J in chat. That'll bring you to all the things. Without further ado, we'll see you on the next one. I feel like an awful person, and, just do better. So, have a great night. We'll see you on Sunday.